This is Dr. S. Solime, Associate Professor of Department of Chemistry of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Now in this PowerPoint, I'm just going to deal about the crystalline materials, that is part 3. Now going on to the contents, we are just going to discuss about the point defects, the types of point defects, Scotty defect, Frenkel defect, impurities, electronic defect, line defect, and edge dislocation. Now we'll see all these one by one. Now the first one is point defect. Now this defect, which takes place due to imperfect packing of atoms during crystallization, are known as point defects. So as the name implies, they are imperfect points like regions in the crystal. Now this point defect is also called as zero-dimensional imperfection. Now, the point defects are always present in crystals. Most usually they are found in the crystals. So the presence of a point defect in a crystal lattice causes an increase in the internal energy as compared to that of a perfect crystal. These defects also produces a distortion inside the crystal structures. Now, what are the types of point defects? So, the first one is the vacancy. So, the simplest point defect is a vacancy. Now, the name itself tells that it is a missing atom or a vacant atomic site. So, vacancies refers to a missing atom or a vacant atomic size. In other words, whenever one atom or more atoms are missing from a normally occupied position, the defect caused is known as vacancy. What are the causes of vacancies? So vacancies may occur as a result of imperfect packing during the original crystallization or may arise from thermal vibration of atoms at elevated temperatures. Because of the increased thermal energy causing individual atoms to jump out of the position of lowest energy. What are the types of vacancies? The vacancies may be single vacancy if one atom is missing, divacancy if two atoms are missing, trivacancy if three atoms are missing, and so on. Now we are going to deal about the most important defect, which is called as Scotty defect. Now this defect is caused if some lattice points are unoccupied. The points which are unoccupied are called as lattice vacancies. The number of missing positive and negative ion is the same in this case and the crystal remains neutral. Since a pair is missing, electrical neutrality is maintained. Now just see here. So this is the Scottish defect. So this is a crystal, whereas the red color represents the positive ion cation and the blue one is the negative ion, that is the anion. Now you can say two vacancies. One is the smaller one, that is the positive ion, and the bigger vacancy is nothing but the negative ion. So now here one positive and one negative vacancies are seen. So that is why we are saying that it is electrically neutral, because the same number of positive and negative ions are missing, or you can say vacancies are created. So this type of defect is called as Scottish defect. So what are the features or the characteristics of the Scottish defect? So there is a very small difference in the size between cation and anion. So here both cation and the anion leave the crystal. Atoms also move out of the crystal permanently. So generally two vacancies are created. So as for the density of the solid, it decreases considerably because two of the atoms are missing. So naturally the density of the solid will be lesser. Okay, right. The next one is interstitial defects. So whenever an extra atom occupies interstitial positions in the crystal system without dislodging the parent, the defect caused is known as interstitial defect. An atom can enter the interstitial sites or voids only if it is smaller than the parent atom. Otherwise, it will cause atomic distortion or strain because interstitial atom tends to push the surrounding atoms further apart. The interstitial atoms may be either a normal atom from the same crystal called self-interstitial or an impure atom not present in the lattice site. Now based on this, let us move on to Frenkel defect. Now here the molecules of crystalline solid where an atom or an ion is moved out of its own site making a vacant while occupying another intermediary vacant site on the same crystal. This defect is also known as dislocation defect and is also clearly depicts both vacancy and interstitial defect. See here, this atom here it is missing, but instead this atom is being situated in between the layers. That is what is called as interstitial defect. So Frenkel defect causes a vacancy as well as a self-interstitial defect. What are the characteristics of Frenkel defect? This defect occurs only when cations are smaller in size when compared to that of the anions. There are also no changes in chemical properties. There are also no significant impact of Frenkel defect on the density of the solid, and therefore both volume and mass of the solid is preserved. In such cases, substances also maintain their electrical neutrality. Because why there is no change in the density or volume or mass? Because only the molecule or the atom is being shifted, that's all. It is not moving away or completely it is not creating a vacancy. Just this atom or the ion is moving into the interstitial sites. So there is no change in the mass or the density or the volume, and also electrical neutrality will be maintained. The next one is impurities. Impurity defects are foreign atoms introduced into the crystal lattice either as an interstitial or a substitutional atom. A substitutional impurity is created with a foreign atom which replaces a parent atom in the lattice. An interstitial impurity is a small sized atom occupying an interstice or space between the regularly positioned atoms. So these defects are responsible for the functioning of most of the semiconductor device. Here you can see a foreign particle. Actually this is a sodium chloride crystal where a atom or ion of strontium is being included. So since a foreign atom has entered inside, this is called as impurity defect. The next one is the electronic defect. Electronic defects are a result of errors in charge distribution in solids. So these defects are free to move in the crystals under the influence of an electrical field. So this accounts for some electronic conductivity of certain solids and their increased reactivity. This is nothing but when an electric field is applied, the atoms or the ions, they can just move around in the solids. Okay, that is called as electronic defects. The effects of the electronic defects are it increase the hardness and the tensile strength. There may be increase in the electrical conductivity, increase in the kinetic diffusion phase transformation. This effect is possible for the operation of the PN junctions and transistors. The next one is the line defect. The defects which takes place due to the dislocation or distortion of atoms along a line in some direction is called as line defect. So here the dislocation takes place along a single line, it can be any direction. So line defects are also called dislocations. It's geometric sine that may be called as one-dimensional effects. What are the causes of dislocation? Dislocations are caused due to the following reasons. It may be due to growth accident when a crystal is grown, then internal thermal stress, external stresses, phase transformation, and segregation of atoms causing mismatches. Now, what are the types of locations? There are two types of dislocations. They are edge dislocation and screw dislocation. So these dislocations are possible for a useful property of ductility in metals, ceramics and polymers. Now we'll move on to edge dislocation. Whenever a half plane of atom is inserted between the planes of atom in a perfect crystal, the defect so produced is known as edge dislocation. In other words, it is defined as the plastic movement of atoms which start within the crystal and their effects can be seen on the edge of the crystal, phenomena of edge dislocation. The figure shows the edge dislocation caused by an extra half plane of atom in the crystal. Now just see here, figure A is the initial arrangement of atoms. Now in this 2, 6 and 7 form a line called dislocation line, and along the plane the x is called as the slip plane. Now going to figure B and C shows the process of dislocation. It can be noted from the figure that just see here, this line has just moved this side towards the atom 4. Now here in this figure C, we can see that this line has moved completely and it has got attached to the atom 4 as shown in this figure. Okay, right. So this is the initial dislocation where the line has moved a little bit and it is coming straight to this atom 4. And in the case of the figure C, completely it has joined the atom 4. Now it is seen that the dislocation moved right side of one atomic distance. Now see this last one, this location takes place until it moves to the extreme right, and this is the half plane which has been introduced into the crystal. So this is called as dislocation. Now here I have just given two questions as assignment. Kindly go through this and find the answers.